ki khubor ka Batesi TV. Lawan Rashapi taka Frank Motors. Visit Frank Motors or call 7045207973.
MIT University of Meghalaya. Our admissions are now open for the academic year 2024-25. Explore our best courses, experience global collaborations. Apply today.
Ke East West Group of Institution Bangalore kebeladon kemasan post MA bat ke bapau baha ke kod admission na kebenta ke nursing and paramedical course yang jingte bakam benya kol hakini ke number harum.
Ka Grace Institution Bangalore ka college puli nursing ka babhatam na kabenta ki khna ka Meghalaya kala play ya ka admission minta.
Kemairang Presbyterian Science College Mairang keberan hakashnong sangshong haka khandai trik ujuliu araja pusau haksin beningkong klaraki ke singis dang juga college lanika college foundation di hakbo principal juga college uba r thank you lepin sngoy ke jinya linti juga college hakikat pratli kisnam kibla letno na do blasteng yaka haka khandai trik ujuliu araja nriu haka jingra ke ya kan ngi la sakilang du chief secretary janga sarkar jilla uba Donald P Walang ublalong ru kumukong san bat ublayat ho ye kisamla puli janga college kumnu pun kre elade banya khone ke civil service examination la penlong ada ke Union Public Service Commission tat hadu bu undalong kumu officer IAS hakan ngi uba Walang la pen kuburam bi de khot janga governing body ka college bat pelai pat ba ya ke jingroi anthem janga college kat bau deputy commissioner janga Eastern West Khasi Hills district uba ji kharmau phlang ubulong kumu sumbut kongsan la pen kuburam you Kevin Strong Laurin Yang ubulayo rung haka top 10 janga result HSSLC science arajar phusau haka kedan ke basipau Kiwepat kiblaydan lang haga ni sngi ki kinthop ya ki officer na katana puli puthi janga district ki principal ki headmaster ba ki headmistress janga college bat ki school ba repair ki pastor ki nongkit kam kamairang presbytery na kitana tre kam ba repair nolor ki we ki bla khot ngau bha
Witnessing the lamp being lit may inspire us all as the lamp's light continues to radiate throughout the day. Let it remind us of our collective commitment to knowledge, harmony, and progress.
You are all aware that the National Education Policy was adopted in the year 2020, and it places a strong emphasis on STEM education, that is, on science, technology, engineering, and maths. It is a landmark reform aimed at overhauling the Indian education system to make it more holistic, to make it more flexible, multidisciplinary, aligned with the needs of the 21st century. So, although it's a science college, I'm very happy that the management have opened BA course. Now, let me tell you an example why. You see, we are planning to reform the curriculum of the university system. It is an ongoing process now. It is a work in progress. Under NEP 2020, what is going to happen is, if you are studying for BSc, but you like political science as a subject, you can take your BSc courses and you can also opt for political science, or you can opt for history. If you are studying history, for example, in a BA course, but if you like mathematics, you can opt for mathematics. So this college has become more open, has become more versatile, and one day you will see that a student who is studying BSc will also study political science, or maybe history or economics. I'll tell you, abroad in America, what is happening is, in very advanced colleges like MIT, for example, they study nuclear science. It's the best technical university in the whole world. They study nuclear science, but a person may be a lover of music. So on one hand, he's doing maybe research in nuclear science, but because of his love for music, he's taking also a degree which is music. So nuclear science on one hand and music on the other hand. It's happened even in one of the IITs here. You can study engineering and opt music as one of your subjects, or maybe tourism as one of your subjects. So this will increase the level, it will increase the playing field, and will make sure that a student will not only, suppose now I'm doing BSc, I love physics, I love maths, but I don't like chemistry. Many people don't like chemistry somehow because of the complicated chemical equations. So what they can do is they can study physics, they can study maths, but instead of taking chemistry, maybe they can take history or they can take geography as a subject. So there'll be more choice available to you. There'll be more flexibility. And that is what the national education policy will give an option to all of us. The policy advocates to move away from rote learning to a more inquiry-based, discovery-oriented, and discussion-based learning approach. It is very, very important to understand this. Whatever is written in the book, whatever is quoted in the classroom, that is not what is really required. The focus of the policy is basically on more discussions, on more of discovery-oriented, that is interaction and interchange between the students and the teacher. This is crucial for STEM education, especially where understanding concepts deeply and employing them in the real world situation is important. We come from a situation where if maths is taught to us, for example, during our time, a quadratic equation, for example, those who study BSc will understand what's a quadratic, even class 12, 11 also they'll understand. We have never been taught, at least I have never been taught, what is the use of a quadratic equation in daily life? You're giving your x square plus x plus a number is equal to 0. What is the use of this equation in my life, in my daily life, in tomorrow, day after tomorrow? We have never been taught. The whole idea of new education policy is that if you are teaching something, there should be a discussion, there should be an interaction. Students should be able to ask the teacher, okay, this is an equation, fine. It very nicely derived. But what is the use of this? What will happen to this equation? How can I apply it in my daily life? So it is very important understanding that. Then it also aims to integrate vocational studies, vocational education with mainstream education, ensuring that students acquire practical skills along with theoretical knowledge. It is important that you don't only have a degree. It is nice to have a degree, but it is more important to have a skill. There is no use if you don't have a skill, just a degree. When you go to the job market, especially outside, you realize that they are looking for a specialized skill, not only a degree. And this NEP 2020, that is the new education policy, prepares us for that. Now, let me give you a live example. Many of you were not even born, those who are sitting here, when I had my first posting here in Mairang. I started my first posting here in Mairang in 1995. Many of you were not born at the time, I think. And this is my last posting as the Chief Secretary. So over a period of last 30, 40 years, so many decisions have been taken, so many issues solved, so many problems we have faced and all that. But I can assure you only one thing, that your mind has to be very versatile in whatever you're doing. You have to adopt a very, very pragmatic approach, whatever problems comes to you. Now, you'll have to understand as students, you need to do a proper SWOT analysis of yourself. What is a SWOT analysis? Students should be knowing what a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is S is for strength, W for weakness, O for opportunities, and T for threats. So each and every student should know what are his or her strengths. What is your strength as a student? What are your weakness? As I said, if you feel that maths is a weakness, maybe you wouldn't like to take maths. So an option will be there for you to take another subject. What are your opportunities? Where do you think you can progress in your life? What are the various threats? Where are the areas where you feel that, you should not tread into that territory because it's a threat for you? So when you are looking forward to your future, do a proper SWOT analysis. As a practical thing, I'll just give you an example, live example. I did a SWOT analysis of myself when I was preparing for the civil service. So I am an engineer, did my engineering. Then after that, specialized in electronics and electrical communication. After engineering, I went and did management and specialized in financial management. Then when I had to write civil service, I had the option of writing either engineering subjects or management or any other subject which I feel comfortable. So what I did a SWOT analysis. See my strengths, see my weakness, opportunities and threats. What are the threats when I was preparing? The threats is that if I write in engineering subjects or in management, I'll be competing with the best in the country who are much, much better than me in maths, in science, in engineering. Therefore, I said, I will leave out science subjects. I will leave out management subjects because I'll be competing with toppers from IITs. They are brilliant. They are no comparison at all. Then I did a strength and analysis of my strengths. What are my strengths? So because of my experience in going through good schooling, good education, a good management institute, good engineering institute, I knew that my expressive power was good. Therefore, I thought that maybe I should use a subject in which I'll be using more of my expressions. So therefore, although I didn't have any background, I chose public administration and sociology as subjects for my IAS exam. I never studied public administration before. I never studied sociology before. But for writing IAS exam, I didn't study engineering. I didn't give in engineering. I didn't give in management, although they are my degrees. Why? That is why I said from the beginning, you need to be very versatile. If you are studying BSc, you have to look at other subjects also. Don't ignore other subjects. So, had to write these different subjects because after doing a SWOT analysis, I realized I stand a better chance to get into the IAS by writing with these subjects and not these subjects I studied. So you have to do a SWOT analysis and you have to be versatile as students looking at your future. So it's very, very important to do that. And I think as a take home today, I request all the students to make a proper assessment of your own SWOT. That is, see what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, opportunities in whatever field you're choosing, and threats. In conclusion, I would like to wish you all the best and remember that the importance of STEM education, that is studying science, technology, engineering, maths, is undeniable and very important. It is key to innovation, it is key to economic growth and developing a resilient, adaptable world force. With NEP 2020, India is taking significant strides and I'm sure our state will also move ahead very quickly. And we from the government side, we are looking at tinkering with the curriculum so that we ensure that this choice is available to all the students. And I was discussing with the principal, with all the members who are present in the room today morning, that you have an option of even working together with the state university, which is very, very important. And maybe further discussions will take place as far as that is concerned. So, dear students, this day is especially very important for all of you. It's a day in which you need to reflect properly on your future, need to reflect properly on what needs to be done. I've given you some hints, I've given you some pep talk on how you need to really adapt yourself and be versatile in daily life. Remember that the foundation of anything is hard work. Study while others are sleeping, work while others are loafing around, and understand, prepare while others are playing, and dream while others are wishing. These are the wishes I have for you as students. Continue to work hard. As I said, hard work, there is no substitute to it. But along with hard work, you have to open up your mind and do the analysis that I had mentioned. I wish all of you the very best of luck. And I wish the college, the governing body, the very best. They have been putting in a lot of effort, and whatever help we can give, we will try our best from the education department and from the government. And I'm sure that this college will prosper more and more. My congratulations to the management for the good work that they have done so far.